A first-round match against the former European champion Ross Smith, and I think once he got that one out of the way, that's where the beliefs started to creep in, making the last four, losing to Richie Edhouse in that semi-final, and then Edhouse overcoming Jermaine Watermainer. And if you'd named last season's European semi-finalists, well done.
Nobody did. We've actually got the European champions on this afternoon. He's up against Owen Bates in game 4. Is Woodhouse starting to settle a little bit here? This is much better, leaving a makeable out after 12.
91.
That'll do very nicely. The initial adrenaline hit that Cedric has had at the start of this match, it will start to come down a little bit, and we'll see how he plays under these circumstances now, because it looks like he might be about to go 2-1 down.
Yeah, and he does. And I think what Wagemans has to do here is just remind himself that it is still on throw, so no massive damage done, and it's all about taking care of business on throw, and that's exactly what he's done. Well, we mentioned the need to raise his levels on the average, and he's certainly doing that. He's hovering just above 84 at the moment, and he's going to enhance that here with a 140 as well. So, yeah, I mean, I assume you've seen a bit of him on the Modus Super Series as well. I believe he had a win recently. I was looking at some of his results that stood out, and he beat Travis Dudney 4-0, and Dudney, of course, has since gone on to win a tour card at Q School. So, yeah, he's competitive when it all strings together, and it's certainly stringing together today. My goodness me. He's down to 41 after 9 darts, and, well, Woodhouse all of a sudden just looking over his shoulder again.
Definitely, because Wagemans on double 16 is looking to put Woodhouse in the shed with an 11-dart break. Ah, the lesser spotted Eric Claris t-shirt. Got to get me one of them.
Eric Claris, yeah, he was a fixture in Antwerp at the end of last year on the European Tour in early September when we headed over there for the Flanders Darts Trophy. That was a good tournament as well. Dave Chisnall winning that one. Dave Chisnall's had a few good results in Belgium. Now then, Wagemans for 4-2.
That was a massive gamble from Woodhouse. If he'd have hit a single 19, he wasn't going to be leaving a finish, and Wagemans has got the luxury, potentially, of missing that check out, or does he?
Well, that was a very wild and a very nervy-looking second dart, and he might well be punished here. Bullseye for Woodhouse to level things up. Oh, what an absolute steal that was.
In 48 darts, which is a 94 average.
Yeah.
We see Cedric as someone who isn't at that level on a consistent basis. That might be something he can't live with.
Yeah, and the other reassuring thing for Woodhouse as well, when he looks back and conducts the post-mortem on this, by the way, 5 perfect darts, make that 6. Let's just break off a moment. I mean, yeah, Woodhouse 5 out of 10 on his finishing. I think that's a positive for him moving forward, but let's see if there's one here.
Come on, Rob. The road is clear. You're Mr. 9-darter in Belgium.
Well, it was here last year where Luke Littler marked that astonishing performance in the final with a 9-darter. Haven't got one here, but we might have a 10-darter.
Well, this is a really weird situation for Woody. He's thinking, hang on, I'm 5-3 up, but this guy's having the best legs of the match. We've just seen a 13 from Woody. Is this now an 11 and a 10 from Cedric? 10-darter! Incredible to stay in this competition.
Well, Cedric to throw first. Game.
For Luke Woodhouse to get over the line in this one. Yeah, think about it. I'd go 19s here, but he's got options. Yeah.
54.
Still advantage Woody. 2-dart makeable chance to get rid of a very capable Cedric.
2 bites at tops. First one is a bit loose, and the second one is just a little bit below the wire.
128.
Now then, how's the first dart this time around, Paul?
Biggest check out of his match. 57. Is that about to change? Oh, it nearly did! Sensational effort from Wagemans, and Woodhouse just wants to get this finished before there's any more trouble.
Yeah, just put this one to bed and move on. Park it to one side. Double 10, awkward. Double 5 for Woodhouse. Again, it's a bit of a flyer.
15.
And he's opened the door once again for Wagemans here. Now, Wagemans, 4 out of 9 so far.
25.
Respectable on the finishing. All about, can he control the adrenaline here? Double 8. Closer to double 16. Gets away with it.
17.
That first one at double 8 was really awkward. But ironically, Woodhouse, who's missed 5 match darts, now has to take 5 out.
2 bites at double 2 for a 6-4 win for Luke Woodhouse. And he's having to move over to the right-hand side of the oche ever so slightly to find a way through. And he does find a way through. And you can almost hear a pin drop here in the October Hallam, because Luke Woodhouse has dented the aspirations of Cedric Wagemans in what was a fairly eye-catching and a fairly absorbing opening match on day 1 of the European Tour for 2025.
Still hasn't got to the last session.
Well, look, Matt Campbell hasn't played in the Euro Tour for 20 months. The last time he won on the Euro Tour was this event 2 years ago, where he actually won back-to-back games. The Callum Ridge and then Joe Cullen. Joe Cullen, the only time he's beaten a seeded player on the Euro Tour. Played brilliantly there as well, 103 average. He's got that in his locker. Just haven't seen it enough from Matt Campbell. And last year, halfway through the year, it looked like he might be dropping off the tour. Loose start there will cost him a dart at double when he returns.
Just being here is a win in itself.
57.
But when you've accomplished that, you've got to set a new goal. And his goal is double 16.
60.
Just like Menzies in the previous leg, they weren't close.
Double 18. Not found.
56. Might require 32.
Next door for double 8. Double 4 it'll have to be. A lot of missed darts at double.
68.
The purveyor of the ironic thumbs up is punished. The encouraging thing for Menzies is that he's had a very encouraging start of the season. But there's still another gear to find, isn't there, Cameron? Because 93 for the season, he was a good 3 points better than that about 6 to 9 months in last year.
Well, he said last year that the reason it was the best year of his career was because he got off to a good start. He didn't feel like he was chasing. This year has already started well. He's got ranking money in the bank. Going to be involved in a lot of Euro Tours because he's so high on the Pro Tour list. Cameron Menzies might be getting on a bit of a roll in his pro career.
96.
Might need this. There are people with big fish signs and big fish shirts. And there's a big fish on the stage! Can anybody see Jerry Hendricks? Because there's a fish on the stage and it's very big. Coming all this way and coming up empty is not a nice feeling. Just ask Jeff Smith when he lost in this tournament to Damien Moll a couple of years back.
Well, look, Matt Campbell, by winning through the qualifiers to get here, he gets to keep his first round money even if he loses. So he's all going to have more money from the Euro Tour this year than he did last year. As he pops in a 174 to go with his couple of 180s. But you're right, this is an opportunity. He's not qualified for the other Euro Tours. It's going to be hard for players in Matt Campbell's position to get to things like the European Championship and other events. There's all these other guys who have lots of opportunities. They're going to have chances to add money, and Matt Campbell has taken out a 170. He might have to take out another one.
Oh, the plural of big fish is big fish. But apparently that line has snapped. 156 saw arguably the best finish of the UK Open last week from Ross Smith. Another one. Oh, yeah. That is glorious.
I don't think you'll get a hug of congratulation for that one. Oh, you do get a round of applause. Goes down to the 19s, leaves 3-4-7, means he can leave a finish. If he'd stayed on the 20s, got single 3-4-6, he would not have been able to. Needs 3 big trebles, though. There's one. And there's another, and he's got to go. Yeah, he's going back up to the treble 20.
437.
Wrong side of the wire for Cameron Menzies, but he is down to a finish that should get him 1 match start minimum. Pressure is he under?
58.
Probably not enough, but there have been some big finishes in this game. Double 12. He'll need that. He'll need more.
Another twist, maybe? Maybe not. Menzies will line up double 12 to get over the line from a fabulous game.
That is 5 match darts. The darts come out of the pocket for Matt Campbell. He thought it was done. And now he's favourite to win this match. Matt Campbell has survived 5 match darts and will now throw for a spot in round 2. But he got stuck in this funk at the start of 2024 and it took him months to shake it off. He needed that North American Championship to get him going. Maybe this weekend could kick-start his year, and he's had a lot of fortune already in this game.
Just imagine how Menzies is going to feel if he walks away from this with a defeat. 5 match starts, like you said, but he's been the person in charge of this contest. But he might be the person who was ejected from this tournament.
87.
That will do. Leaves single to double. Cameron Menzies needs 2 trebles minimum. He's got all 3. He's done his part. He's hit half a dozen maximums in this game, Cameron Menzies, but he might be about to lose it. Double top. Double 10. Oh my word, he's gone next door. He's been finding the corners of doubles all game. This time it eludes him.
Needs the single again to win on tops. He doesn't steal it. Campbell left double 4 by missing double 10 too far north. He cannot go too far north again.
Matt Campbell steals the win, his first on the European Tour for 2 years. He didn't even feature in the Euro Tour last year. He hadn't won a game since this event in 2023, and he shouldn't have won this one. 6 match darts survive. Cameron Menzies disconsolate, and Matt Campbell will face Peter Wright tomorrow. But that was before Van Veen made what has been a very sharp ascent up the world of darts.
Yeah, and he's knocking on the door in the big TV events as well. We saw it fairly recently, actually made the last 8 at the UK Open last weekend. Had the misfortune, perhaps, of going up against Luke Littler in that one. Went very close to making the semis at the Grand Slam as well last year. 16-14 in an epic tussle with Gary Anderson.
Yeah, it's overshadowed, that match, by the Littler-Anderson game, but I thought the Van Veen-Anderson game was captivating.
Yeah.
Just kept knocking on the door, and Anderson just about found a way to shut him out. James Hurrell sets up a 1 treble combo with a 180.
Yeah, and he will get a look at it as well, because Van Veen has not been able to find anything too significant with his first 2 darts, so Hurrell with a good chance now to extend his early advantage. Perfect first dart. Tops for 2-0. Very nicely done, very neat and tidy from James Hurrell. And another warning sign for Jan van Veen. Can't be underestimated as well how important this is for James Hurrell as well. Don't worry, Aubergine man will be on later. You know, as you mentioned, second year of his tour card, just embarking on it, and this could be a good platform for him moving forward for what he has to do for the rest of the year as well. So it's not just about a tournament aim. I think he's looking to put the building blocks in play here as well, to make sure that he is in that top 64 come the end of the calendar in 2025.
Yeah, I think he's done enough from his first year, really. As another year like his first year, he'll be great. But you're right, he will want to do better than his first year, and the Euro Tour is an obvious way to do it. Didn't pick up any wins on the Euro Tour last year. This would be a big step towards winning this game.
67. Jim requires 67.
So this starts at tops for a 4-1 lead. What can Van Veen do in response? Double 16.
51. James required 40.
Does that now and then, doesn't he, Van Veen? Throws that phantom dart before an important one. Didn't work out for him, but it's worked out for Hurrell.
Kind of set up as he got here, Hurrell. Not going to be great, is it? Even with a big treble.
And found a treble 20 from 192.
34. Jim required 170.
I went for the 25 to leave 167, but you know, I think he might have been better off just employing a bit of aggression there.
50.
Mathematically logical from 192, but I just thought, let's give it a go. On throw as well, maybe just be a little bit aggressive.
I'll visit in every aspect, wouldn't it? This is much better. And he might be posing the same problem for Jan van Veen. Win the leg in 5 visits or you won't win it at all. Not what he was after, but it does leave him single to double.
Yeah, the third dart was a little bit too good, but yeah, he's in position and I don't think he'll mind. However, Van Veen looking at Shanghai here. Tops he wants. Yeah, there's the phantom dart. This time he drags it low.
James required 15.
The 170 set up, left the 15. A 3 or a 7, which is it to be? 7 for double 3. Double 2. And James Hurrell had only missed 1 dart to double in the whole match until that point has handed Jan van Veen a brilliant opportunity to break. Which he takes. We are back on throw in this game.
Well, that was a timely 180 for Hurrell. Some impetus maybe for him now.
This is still salvageable for Hurrell.
Oh, definitely.
58.
But he's probably going to have to find something a little bit better than he's found in the first 9 legs of this game. Not by much.
55.
Yeah, Van Veen is still susceptible to the occasional visit like that as well. And yeah, this is by no means a lost cause here. .187 away. Gets himself down to a finish, gives himself the opportunity, but would you rather be in Van Veen's shoes right now on 206 minus whatever he gets here?
95.
I'm not so sure now.
167.
Don't take it out, set it up well. Oh dear. Well, it's not a bad rescue act there from the Hillbilly.
Jim required 111.
Tops. Perfect again on that treble 17. There's the phantom throw once again. This is a match start for Jan van Veen, and he wraps it up in style with a checkout of 111 as well. Solid stuff from Jan van Veen, the world number 25. He knows that was a bit of a battle. That could so easily have gone the other way, because Hurrell was certainly in contention at 4-1. But credit to van Veen for the fight back. Hurrell left to reflect on missed opportunities when he conducts his own post-mortem later. He knows that it could have been so different, but van Veen, well, that was just a class act in the face of adversity. He comes through to take his place in the second round, where he'll face Gerwyn Price. He wins it by 6 legs to 4. He made the quarterfinals and didn't quite work out in the end, but I just thought there was something about, there looks to be a degree of confidence and self-assuredness about Edhouse that weekend. And I think from there it just really kicked on over the next 6 months.
Yeah, one of 3 final sessions that he's made in European Tour darts. One of them was way back in 2018. But 2 in 2024. One of them where he made the semi-final.
93. Richie Rikai 164.
Yeah, his best Euro Tour event actually was in Zwolle in 18, where he made the semi-finals. One more of those. Not quite, but again, Bates
96.
on 202, so he will return.
Should go bull here.
90.
At least the idea was right.
68.
Trying to get down to a 2-darter. This is not going to be a 2-darter. But is it done? It is. Great shot from Edhouse. Great save. His reaction to winning that European Championship, it does intrigue me.
What, one of utter disbelief? Or?
No, it's just, when you get the biggest check of your life, it will change your life in the case of someone like Richie and his partner. But what does that do to your motivation the next day? You almost have to re-establish goals. There are some people, I'm sure, over the last 20, 25 years who win a title like that and think, I've made it. It's really important that Edhouse doesn't think that way.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be human if he didn't enjoy it. But yeah, there is this almost instant reaction now. Well, the hard work starts here. This is where you've got to start protecting it. And even on a 2-year rolling order of merit, in many ways, it all does start now. But I think, you know, emotional factors surely have to come into it, whereby if you didn't enjoy it, what's the point, and what would that do to you? Almost your inner well-being.
Well, this is for Owen's well-being in this game, and it's just fabulous. Tremendous finishing in this game. Tell you what, Rob, this game is heating up. Edhouse is averaging 98. Bates approaching 96. This is getting interesting. If this goes 4-4, things will be even more interesting. But Edhouse for our second 170 finish of the afternoon. Didn't have to wait long to see the result of it.
119. Only requires 70.
Well, just a little nudge there from Edhouse with that 119. Let's see if Bates can step in and take out tops here for 4-4. He can. And after that 12-dart break, he's picked up a 15-dart holder throw, and all of a sudden the balance of power is maybe shifting in this one. And yeah, effectively now we have a best-of-3 shootout, and Paul Nicholson's got a rather bemused look on his face. Well, 1 of the 10 that he won.
2 on the Euro Tour. Got himself this title and a green jacket. Is Edhouse speeding up? A third maximum for Madhouse to make it 7 in the game. And if he gets rid of Owen Bates with what is right now nearly 100 average, this is the best he's played this year.
Yeah, and he's timed this very well. That's a gorgeous first dart as well. 1-2-4 plays 1-2-4. Oh, but he's missed this. Well, he's missed either single 14 or treble 14. He's got into the 11s anyway, so well, Owen Bates' eyes lit up there, I think, when he strayed. Treble 18, can't find it anyway, so Edhouse will
92.
maybe get away with this one.
Richie required 40.
For his smallest checkout of the game. Last chance. Fabulously done. Edhouse was pushed today by Owen Bates, and that is the best he's played in 2025. building confidence and ranking money already on the ladder for the defensive charge of his European Championship. Yeah, it really was that good. And if Ricardo's looking for a little bit of extra motivation in 2025, look no further than the fact that he is currently in a provisional spot for the World Cup with Martin Schindler. That is huge. Everybody knows that's played in Germany. What an experience that could be for Pietreczko to play with the wall instead of Clemens, who was nose-diving down the rankings a little bit at the minute.
140. I think we require 170.
Ah, the old fish slippers are back. But we're not going to get a second one of the afternoon. Not just yet.
Cardi require 80.
He'll work his way up. Okay, double 10. Nothing wrong with that. Well, he got the open bed, he gave himself time, he was unable to find the target. And Matty Dennant can level this game up. Oh, that's not what he was after. Double 6.
53.
Now the scholar was going for a perfect right angle there.
20.
But the 90-degree shot was not good enough. Double 5 this time for Ricardo. Oh, it's deadly. That's a great dart because it's not a classic.
Sometimes you've got to hold your hands up. It's the one that will really hurt will be the Moritz Hilger one in Kiel,
57.
where Dennant couldn't get his average into the 80s, only got a couple of legs. Now here, he is in the mid-80s. Pietreczko isn't firing on all cylinders. They're both missing doubles. It's a chance. He's in this game now. That is a shocking play, and he's just realised it as well.
Yeah, that's like going for your calculator and reasoning with it, even when it's lost all of its battery power. Any dart player is going to tell themselves off for doing that. He can do whatever he wants here, but Pietreczko's got this leg in the bag. He finds 72. Does Dennant get away with it or not?
Oh, change your plan for the double 18. Well, he changed that mid-throw, didn't he? He was looking for another 16, then went, no, 20 for double 18. Double 16. And Matty Dennant levels the game up. It is another leg that could have gone either way.
Dennant has got to hold here. Doesn't want to give another two-leg advantage to Ricardo. It'll be interesting to see what Ricardo can leave here. Interesting leave. Probably the 19s again for him, if he gets a look.
57.
Was this premeditated, I wonder?
Treble 19s. Can't get it started. Treble 18 or treble 10.
94.
Went single to double in a game of missed doubles. Matty Dennant, 3 out of 11 at the minute. And a couple more misses means Ricardo Pietreczko is going to have a chance to go to the brink here, and it'll mean that Matty Dennant, if he is going to win his first game for 6 years on the Euro Tour, he's going to do it by winning the match, having never been in front until the final dart.
44.
Doesn't take the chance.
He is getting opportunities. Got to make like a turkey and start gobbling them up. He's sticking around. It's now best of 3 legs. 110 left.
64.
Now he has left 65 earlier in the game, and he hit the bull en route. But does Pietreczko pull a card out of the pack to deny the scholar?
He doesn't.
relying on Matthew Dennant missing. This has been a game with lots of missed darts at doubles. 2 match darts survived by Dennant already. He gets the 25. Match dart Dennant to win on the Euro Tour.
25.
For the first time in 6 years, and he's unable to do it. And now he might have to survive match darts himself.
Require 84.
This game has been nerve-shredding for the players and for everybody watching. Does Pietreczko finish it on double 11?
They both missed a chance to win it in the deciding leg. Matty Dennant has not had an opportunity to win on the Euro Tour like this for years and years and years. And he cannot take it.
This is only the first afternoon of the Euro Tour in 2025.
22.
And Matt thinks this one is finished. It may be more heartbreak for Matt and relief for Ricardo.
And he's sliding alongside that. Yes, he can. Ricardo Pietreczko could have won it sooner. He should have lost it in the final leg. But for the second time today, we see a player miss handfuls of match darts and exit in round 1. Pikachu sneaks through to round 2 to face the former champion, Dave Chisnall. And after the break, it's another one of the host nation qualifiers as Francois Schweyen takes on Wessel Nijman.
Is priceless.
Yeah, well, that's why he was favourite to beat Joe Cullen at the World Championship, which of course didn't happen. Going to stay on the treble 20s here, or attempt to. A very good attempt, turns out.
110.
Francois, 7th visit to the board this, and he's only just passed below 100. But he does get a dart for the leg.
70.
Does not take it.
Wessel, you require 80.
So for the break of throw to extend his early advantage, 2 clear darts at double 10 for Nijman here. Finds the answer on the second dart.
And he's down to a finish after 3 visits to the board in this leg.
Bend it like Belgium, some might say.
Yes.
161.
Well, this would be a moment if he could find 161 with these 3 darts. Didn't need to be too aggressive anyway with Nijman on 2-4. So I thought he might have had a little think about going for that, just to give him some impetus. I can see why he didn't, but might have got the crowd going more than anything, really. But here we go, 62 for the first leg on the scoreboard for him. Single 14, that was. So double 16 now.
46.
That is only his second dart at double in this game, Francois. He couldn't take the first one, he can't take that one. Ooh, Nijman's not going to take the 107 though.
83 away.
41. Ready class 16. And for the fourth leg, Francois.
Well, 16 darter for Francois Schweyen.
Wessel to throw first. Okay.
Keeping a very close eye on Schweyen's potential for a fight back in this one.
92.
But I was just making the point that Nijman is, he's starting to come under a bit more pressure, but he's still just more than doing enough without being spectacular.
Yeah, he stuck a couple more points on his average, so it's in the respectable low 90s area. His finishing has been good.
Why was the big fish running away at the moment of the big fish?
Well, pathetic fallacy. That one got away.
These are the moments where he needs to sort of impose himself. And there you see the reaction, the exasperated puff of the cheeks, the shrugging of the shoulders, and another
54.
moment slips by.
160.
Hello.
85.
That last dart was rushed, wasn't it?
56.
And it might cost him more chances to win the leg. He's going to have to be allowed back by Wessel.
But he's not, because the one thing that Wessel Nijman has done well in this game is hit doubles. He is 5 out of 7. It isn't over just yet. Wessel hasn't been brilliant.
And I tell you what, the crowd are starting to find their voice as well, just at this potentially important juncture of the match. He's got a little bit of a cushion, needed more than that with his first dart, and more than that with his second either. Ooh.
38.
Well, OK, he's down to a finish, but my goodness me, he would have been hoping and praying for a lot more than that.
Even a 60 would have been so much better than that. Aren't you? That's pretty ropey as well. Wessel Nijman is playing in the manner of a man who thinks this is just going to get won at some point. And it isn't. He's got to go and win it.
85.
That would have been one of the moments of the day, if not the weekend.
167.
But he found two 17s, two treble 17s for tops there. But here we go, 167 is not going to happen either. So Schweyen with a chance to get that break back here.
That's why you require 57.
Still Nijman isn't below a ton after 18 darts as well. So, I mean, this is the moment, Francois. All about timing, as you well know. And he has timed his run to perfection. He gets the break back in the all-important ninth leg. He's on terms again at 5-4. Still got a lot to do. Barring a darting disaster, Schweyen can only apply pressure from here. And it ain't going to be much. Oh, my goodness me.
Well, that's the 2. So 260 left. It has felt like hard work for Francois Schweyen, but just when things are starting to click, he gets a chance to win the game, and he's not been able to pose enough problems. Wessel Nijman, he has not been impressive today. He has tried to cruise through this game.
Yeah, and even now he's taking tentative steps anyway. And well, do you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if he rattled in something big here, Schweyen, a 180 just to get himself into position. It could happen, you know, down to 60, then the pressure will be on. Oh my goodness! He is down to 60.
That's why you require 56.
He's not really been missing doubles. It's the one thing that's worked. Double 18 for Wessel Nijman to win it. He's gone next door to win it on double 17.
Oh. 24.
Well, I can only put that one down to a sweaty palm or
That's why you require 60.
just a lack of grip and maybe a lack of concentration as well. But here we go. Francois Schweyen, having trailed 5-2 in this and having seemed completely out of it, is on the verge of a match start. Practically shaking on stage. That's just about inside the 20. 2 darts at tops for the match, for the biggest win of his career.
Where's he going? Surely this can't help. Francois Schweyen to win on the Euro Tour for the first time in his career. 2 match darts missed, and surely Wessel Nijman isn't going to afford him more chances.
Double 16 for Nijman, who is, well, respectable on the finishing today. 5 out of 9. I mean, that is more than respectable. But can he hold his nerve? Can't with the first dart, but he can with the second. And my goodness me, Wessel Nijman has withstood an incredibly brilliant fight back from Francois Schweyen. And a little wonder he is breathing a big sigh of relief after that one. And it is a surprise that he has got this drought going on. I say that, I mean, he's quite philosophical about it himself. He appreciates that it is a uber competitive world out there and there's so much talent coming through on the conveyor belt.
22.
And I think that's quite a mature, measured response, actually. But, I mean, if you'd said to me back in 2019 or whatever it was that he won't win another title for 6 years, I'd have been surprised at that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you label someone as an underachiever, even though he's got multiple titles, that in itself is a compliment, saying that you're better than maybe your CV suggests. Doesn't need the ball, but went for it anyway. So maybe this is a flashier version of Daryl Gurney in 2025, and we don't mind that.
Game on.
Been without its trouble, but he is in a good position. He's worked hard, I think. Hasn't had it all his own way. A lot of travelling involved as well, but I think he might be on the verge of getting his reward. But yeah, here and there, there've just been moments for Thibaut where you think, oh, if only. And the European Tour is something that you can perhaps look to and think, well, that's where he could have picked up a £2,000 or £3,000 extra, and that ultimately could make the difference.
Absolutely.
91.
Talk to Scott Mitchell about that. 2 years with a tour card, didn't get in any. Consequently, the year after he did, without the tour card. Funny how things work.
84.
Well, we go from a big fish situation to a baby fish situation. Ball again. Bullseye again. Gurney has got the bullseye on speed dial. That was ruthless. Wearing something like an earpiece or some sort of pod on a walk-on, not necessarily against the rules, but something that was once frowned upon by a former tournament director. These days might be relaxed a bit more. But I tell you what, if Gurney's going to play this well, everyone's going to start doing it. His personal best for the European Tour is 107.11. He's obliterating it right now.
Yeah, shame about the second dart, but in terms of the scoreboard, no damage. I mean, he's on course for a 13 darter anyway, so let's not worry too much about the averages. I think there's sometimes a lot of significance attached to them, but I mean, it is healthy, but all in all, he's just taking care of business. I mean, he's had 3 successive 12 dart legs in the legs that he's won. And if this is wrapped up inside 5 visits, all well and good. And that is exactly how it's come to pass. Worst leg of the match statistically for him.
He hasn't played poor in this game. It hasn't been sparkling by any stretch of the imagination. But it's like he's walked into barbed wire and he just can't get out.
Yeah, it's... I mean, Gurney's put himself in a position where even if he has one loose-ish leg, and there's no question that he will, or no, not necessarily any suggestion that he will, but I think he's affording himself the opportunity to have at least one off leg. He won't want to, he'll want to maintain this. And I tell you what, Danny Noppert, who lies in wait for the winner of this one, will be having 1 or 2 thoughts if he's watching this right now. Now, this would be some way to finish off. He doesn't need to if he gets the chance, he doesn't anyway, but Tricole is, again, miles away, and he could well finish off with the 13 darter for good measure.
Well, I reckon if he hits double 18 first start, possibly second, it'll be a PB on the European Tour. But based on his form on the European Tour over the last few years, this will feel like the best.
And more importantly, it will feel like a big message to the rest of the field, starting with Danny Noppert in round 2 tomorrow, nudging the wire with the second one, and doing it with the third. And that, you have to say, is an impressive performance from Daryl Gurney. That average will take some beating this weekend. A shade under 106, and a real statement of intent as well from Northern Ireland's number 2.
It's an honest assessor of his own game. And he even was when he was absolutely flying. You know, 2021 picked up his first title, 22 picked up 2 titles, 23 picked up 3 titles, lost in a couple of finals, missing match darts on the Euro Tour, could have won more, and then his injury problems really kicked in.
Yeah, you just get the feeling that one in Trier was the one that twisted the knife a little bit. But his numbers for the year are pretty encouraging. Nearly 98 as an average on the floor. Darius on the stage is looking at double 12. Brilliant, classic double at the end of a great combination.
Depending on the result of one of the games tonight, it's the opening game, in fact, one of our host nation qualifiers, Cybran Geibels, up against Ross Smith, the noted 180 hitter. The winner of that will face Rob Cross. Imagine if that's Smudger versus Voltage. It could be a 180 bonanza.
Like it was for Ross Smith last week at the UK Open. He still couldn't get across the line in what, 19 legs of duffs. So much drama.
56.
Can't get the switch.
Darts
So
require
Labanauskas
100.
double his tally. Gets something a little easier than a 144.
Easy going top stop, so you're trying to get to the treble. Yeah, gets to the treble. Oh, the little Lithuanian surgeon is at it. That is beautifully crafted. Because I don't think he liked how the dart was sitting in the board. There you see him hit the treble 20 and come down for the 19s because he didn't like the line. I think they're just dropping in the board a little bit, and that's not good news for Dirk, who is so based around grouping darts together. See if that persists. That one looks good.
That one wobbled a little bit.
100. Darts require
But that's the whole basis
167.
around Whitlock doing all of his experimentation on points. He was trying to make sure that they didn't drop in the board. 3 different segments of the board. Kind of checkout really plays into the wheelhouse of Darius. He's got this game by the scruff of the neck by the looks of it.
Needs another. Couldn't get it. Dirk van Duijvenbode is very much second best here.
Darts require 40.
Looking for another glance. A little bit more than that one. Really good. 50% on doubles for the match.
I believe you.
These are the colours he used to wear.
Well, this feels like Darius Labanauskas is playing 2 different players in this game. There was whoever that was for the first 5 legs of this match, and then the real Dirk van Duijvenbode has turned up. And this is going to be a difficult opponent with which to live. Once again, he is down to a finish after 3 visits to the board. He's left 87, 137 and 81 in the last 3 legs after 9 darts.
60.
Well, this is where the game could turn.
81.
Dirk can break again on double 12.
Game shot the 8th.
World class.
Dirk van Duijvenbode.
He's averaging 125 for the last 3 legs.
Darius does not have an answer to this sort of stuff from Dirk. It doesn't look like he does. Comes down to the 19s to make sure he left a finish of some sort.
Daryl Gurney was imperious in the previous game. Very close to a personal best on the European Tour, but this from Dirk right now
140.
is much better.
Dirk require 129.
Maybe not overall, but for another 4 visit leg, needs 72. Oh, yeah. It's amazing! It's another 12 darter from Dirk van Duijvenbode. And he has not just ignited, he is combustible.
12, 13, 11, 12. That is the sequence of legs.
Got to get to a finish, potentially. He's not going to do that.
59.
So Darius has dodged one here. The worst leg that Dirk has had for a while has been this one.
Slow and steady from Darius Labanauskas. It's good enough to get him a shot. The finishing in this game has been good. Dirk is breathing down his neck.
Darius require 120.
To the delight of that man, by the looks of it.
Like Asterix. They glance in. The answer's no.
60.
If Dirk doubles his tally of ton plus finishes, he will play Chris Dobey tomorrow.
He'll get a match dart. Oh, no, he won't. He has missed the big number.
78.
Did he change his mind halfway through?
Darius requires 60.
And did that play a factor? Dirk van Duijvenbode has allowed Darius a chance to take this the distance.
Oh, it's a bad dart, north and south. And Dirk could be dodging Lucky D after a dodgy second dart in the previous visit. The October Halle rises to its feet to see if Dirk van Duijvenbode can complete the comeback. Yes, he does! He has stormed back from 4-1 down with some scintillating darts. Even then, a little mistake nearly saw him throw the chance away, but he has rattled off 5 legs on the spin, averaging way north of 100, north of 110 by my reckoning, and Dirk van Duijvenbode has powered into round 2.